Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back and we're doing a best 2 out of 3 M21 draft. Alright, draft has fired. Yeah, alright, so rare is Idol of Endurance. Not that good of a rare. I've seen it played a couple times. Hasn't impressed me very much, as Shania Twain says. Got Alpine Houndmaster here. I think that's going to be my first pick. I think worth it. If you know me, I think this card's kind of broken in the format. It's a little too good. Too much value for 2 mana. So we'll take it. Also Obsessive Stitcher in here. Haven't played much Dimir. Haven't played against much Dimir. It's kind of just not a very highly played archetype in this format from what I've found. Feat of Resistance, good for any white deck. You could play a million of them and be happy. Hunter's Edge, good green removal. Watchdog, maybe we'll wheel it if we're lucky. And Concordia Pegasus, good for Skies decks. Playable for any white deck. Block's fine. Those are the only cards of note that I'm seeing. But pretty happy to get Houndmaster. Alright, follow-up pick. Well, as much as I love Feat of Resistance, Soulseer is really powerful. I also like that it randomly deals with like the Hallow Blade. It deals with Brash Taunter as long as you're willing to take 5 damage. But sometimes, hey, sometimes you got to take 5 damage and get rid of that insane rare. Also, a Reign of Revelation in here. Good for any blue deck. Just good card advantage. Tavern Swindler. Good for black-white life gain. Opt. Good for any blue deck. At its best in Izzet Spells. An archetype I don't like very much. Roman Ghostlight. And just to catch you up, I don't actually think the Izzet archetype is bad. I just don't play it well. I say play to your strengths. You figure out a format. I think all the strategies in this format are pretty good. All the 2-color combinations are good. You just got to play to what your strengths are. And my strengths are not piloting Izzet decks in M21. Finishing Blow, playable, removal, not great. Chandra's Magmut, it's a dog. It has random synergies with Chandra's Pyreling. Not bad, but easy Soulseer, I think. Follow-up pick. Well, when in doubt, take a shock. Yeah, I think that's about right. We also have Light of Promise in here. A good black-white life gain synergy card. Payoff. Vitalize. We got the black-white life gain enabler in the same pack. Frantic Inventory, which really blew me away that one draft. I got 4 of them. Definitely a strong card if you can get 3 or more of them. Havoc Jester. Good Rakdos Sack sort of payoff card, as well as just a big fat beater. And those are the only cards worthy of note. No, Tyrannodon is very good too for Selesnya counters or Gruul 4 Power Matters decks. But let's slam a shock, be happy, and move on. Okay. So here the best card. Best card is Quirion Dryad. There's also Hunter's Edge, good removal. Could take the Battlements now. Certainly fine. I like Battlements. It's well and good enough. Makes your little beaters beat stronger. I want to play the Houndmaster. Could take the Crag. I don't always... Battlements doesn't always make the 23, but it is good. Am I going to be able to make the Houndmaster work? I mean, it's so early where I'd still like to try, because I really do think the card is that strong. We'll take the Battlements for now. See if it pans out. Well, this pack's a miss, but it's kind of a miss for everybody. There's really... The last thing that's good in here is Rousing Reed. Could take the Punisher. I'm fine with that. I mean, it's a big finisher. We're not really, like, set up to be that style of deck right now. Boros big stuff. But maybe Palladium Mirror is something we're going to throw in. The chances of playing Short Sword seem low. Could take Judgment for sideboard. That's actually not bad. But we already have a couple removal spells. You know what? I'll just take the Punisher. If it pans out, so be it. If not, whatever. Alright, Teferi's Tutelage. Well, it seems like a good opportunity to take it, actually. Is it Tutelage? Seeing some blue stuff wheel. I mean, 6-pick Teferi's Tutelage is kind of nuts. Please don't make me play Izzet. I'm begging you. I really don't want to play Izzet. But just all the blue is flowing. We may have to. Alright, here I take the Unsubstantiate. It's like I keep getting forced into Izzet. I guess it kind of makes sense. I do tend to draft red all the time, and there's only so many color pairings that can go with red. I just wish I could pilot this archetype. I mean, just gonna take the Immolator here. Great card. There's also a Spellgorger Weird, but Immolator I think is better. It's also uncommon, but just the prowess, you can kill stuff with it. It's too good to pass up here. I would like the Weird as well if I have to play this archetype, then yeah, I would like the Spellgorger Weird as well. All right, well, we can take the Pegasus here. Still just hold out hope that I don't have to play blue, even though I think it's open this direction. We might get lucky and white will be open from the other direction. Like I said, I don't want to have to... Ugh. I mean, really, 10th pick Reign of Revelation and opt. Why blue? Why? Taking Reign for the tutelage. And I feel the need to reiterate one more time because I feel like people are going to be upset. People that have had a lot of success with Izzet. You're right. I've gotten destroyed by Izzet. I've won with Izzet. It's just not my cup of tea archetype to play. It's just not. But we'll take a Jester here. It's a random 5-mana 5/5. It's tough to go wrong with that. Guess we take Lofty Denial. I mean, Tome Anima can be unblockable. 2 flyers so far. Yeah, whatever. We'll take the Lofty Denial. It doesn't matter. Pass the black cards we don't want. Take the Larcenist. And sideboard with a mistake. All right. Well, and then we get the Stormwing Entity. Just to really drive home that, yes, you need to play Izzet over and over and over again. So there's Read the Tides in here, which if blue is as open pack 1 as it is going to be here, probably going to wheel something that's playable. Dragonfire in here as well, but Entity is an actual awesome rare, so we'll take it. All right. So actually a bit of a miss here for us. Take the Protege, gives us a little bit of, I guess, fixing. It's just a 2/3. Pitchburn Devils, don't really have a way to pitch it, but dies and deals 3 damage. It's not bad. It works with tutelage, the Protege does, so maybe we take it over the Devils. Underwhelming. This pack has great stuff for every color but us, basically. It still has playables for us, though, so I guess it's okay. It's just not super exciting ones. So we can take Capture Sphere here, but there is Spellgorger Weird as well. I do like Capture Sphere that randomly deals with pretty annoying cards, but I think it's wrong to not take Spellgorger Weird. Yes, I know. Where is it? Of course, where is it? So we'll take the Weird over the Capture Sphere. I think that's right. Weird is one of the bigger payoffs for this archetype. Well, Opt is fantastic. It's kind of perfect for what you want to do with this deck. There's also an Arcanist in here, which would be good. It'd make our Rain cheaper, as well as Soulseer. But Opt is pretty awesome, especially when you have an Entity in your deck. So we'll take it. So Unsubstantiate number 2, or we can take the Capture Sphere now. Unsubstantiate's pretty sweet for Stormwing Entity. It's more of a tempo card, but you can also bounce your own stuff. Counter spells, sort of. I don't know. I think I'll take it over Capture Sphere, actually. They both trigger prowess, but Unsubstantiate does it at a cheaper cost. We have some card draw in here already, which can make it even better. We'll see. So another Opt. I mean, I can play kind of infinite Opts and be okay. It's good. Taking it over a Frost Breath, I guess. Tolarian Kraken, you know, I think so. It's cool. Works well with the Opts and the Reign of Revelation, maybe. Although that's kind of expensive. But randomly tapping stuff or untapping stuff for 1 mana, 2 mana, I guess, with Opt, is pretty good. So we'll do it. Surprise blockers. So we'll take a second Weird here. I mean, with the double Opt and the Shock now, I think it makes sense. All right, kind of an easy read the tides here. It's a good card for this archetype. Could take the Thrill of Possibility as well. Perhaps a little bit better with tutelage. It's also cheaper. And we don't have a way to ramp. All right, you know what? I'm actually going to take Thrill here. Can take the double. Yeah. It's a playable creature. Gonna pass all this black and red nonsense. I also like that Thrill makes our entity, like we find entity and then play it for 2 mana. That's pretty good. Right now, Lofty Denial is not looking like I want it to make the cut. Larcenist is maybe fine. 2 Unsubstantiate and a Shock and a Soul Seer. Like we might have enough removal to support playing it. It also randomly is good with tutelage as well as generating card advantage. If we got like a Rousing Read, I'd like it a little bit more. Tome Anima, I mean, we have card draw. I guess it makes sense. Can be unblockable. It's kind of a very filler card. Not going to play Bone Paper. I guess we take Cove just as like a random, we need to splash white. Well, Careback's pretty sweet, but we're looking at kind of nothing, I guess. Crash Through makes sense. Yeah. Can take the Crash Through. Well, I'm willing to play 1 less land if we can cut the curve down a little bit too. Well, now the deck is at least good because we got a second tutelage. Like, now I feel like I can win with Izzet because tutelage is that good. And we have card draw already, quite a few. Maybe even prioritize and find some more. Like, now I'm happier I took that Protege. I don't think we need the Punisher anymore. But tutelage I'm happy to take here. Maybe Wield Eclipse. Well, Rousing Read probably makes a little more sense now with double tutelage. I do think Waker of Waves is a very good card. But I think Rousing Read makes more sense. We have the Larcenist. We want to draw 2 cards for tutelages. Putting it on a weird can just win games. There's a Thrill in here as well. Maybe we wheel the Thrill. We'll find out. Can take the Thrill now. I mean, with double tutelage, I think you just take all the Thrills. So we will. I kind of want Wall of Runes now because it's going to help us survive. Another Rousing Read. I mean, all the draw 2 cards is what we want. Only 10 creatures in here, though, so I suppose that cutting creatures not ideal. Actually, in general, I like Singer, but I think we want the Arsonist here. We want to survive, and Singer is not an efficient creature for what we're trying to do. We win with tutelage now pretty easily. So we're going to take Arsonist, and we're going to start trying to cut our top. Like, Tome Anima is whatever. It can be unblockable, I guess. There's still a pretty good chance that we're 17 lands, too. Just because, unless we can cut this curve down, I don't feel comfortable doing 16. We have a lot of filter, too, so it's probably okay to run 17 anyway. I guess Devil we can cut. If I'm going to play a 5-drop, I'd rather be a 5/5, probably, than a 3/3 that explodes stuff. Glide Master, it's like, Hobble Fiend, It's all kind of stuff. Hobble Fiend, I guess it has synergy with Jester. I mean, we're not playing anything here, so I don't think it matters. Maybe for diversity, I guess we take it. All right, another Larcenist. I think we kind of have to do that with double Rousing Read now. Can maybe cut some more top end too. Yeah, I guess Larcenists are kind of what we want. Can cut the Jester because it's just a random expensive thing I don't want to necessarily have to play. Got that Wall of Runes. That's a gift. Like, I want the Swiftwater Cliffs, but we actually need Wall of Runes. This deck's going to win if we can get stuff like Wall of Runes. We're hurting our mana base a little bit, admittedly, but I can figure this deck out. I'm going to be able to figure this deck out. I say that, as is it, of course. Cancel for sideboard. I mean, I'm probably... That makes sense. Random spell I can't beat. Just do that instead. So I could find a way to make this 16 lands. Basically cut the Kraken. Even though Kraken's actually good in here. Like, if I cut Kraken, I could play 16 lands. Because then we have 3 cantrips. This is like a 2-drop. I guess it's more like a 3-drop. So we do have quite a few 3-drops. But top out at 3. I can cut a Larcenist and play 17 lands, but Larcenist with Rousing Reed is really good, especially with tutelage. You like mill them for 6 right away. Can end a game. Yeah, I suppose we try it here. We're not color intensive, right? Please tell me we're not. 1 double blue. That's not even really a double blue if you have a 1-drop spell. Okay, we're trying 16. A little bit dangerous, but going by the heuristic with the op and the crash through, even the Wall of Runes. I do wish I'd gotten that Swiftwater Cliffs, but I don't regret picking Wall of Runes. This is like the Wall of Runes deck. Yeah, I think we... I mean, I don't want to get mana screwed. Or flooded, rather. I don't want to get scrutted or flooded or screwed. Could cut the Larcenist. Am I still okay with... Our creature count is so low, though. And we have 2 Rousing Reed. I think we got to run it like this and really hope that those 3 cantrips pay off for us. So, we have more blue than red. We need both. So I think we're going to split it evenly. And call her a deck. Is it dangerous to run this many 3-drops? It kind of is a little bit. But I feel like with all the filter, we should be okay. All right. Well, I'm going to try it like this. My least favorite archetype in Is It, but at least I'm familiar with the tutelage plan. Like, I feel like if I'm running these colors, at least I have a plan that I executed before well. And we got a lot of card draw, so I feel like it can pan out. We'll see what we can do with this. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right. Here in round 1. Got to keep here. It looks pretty good. Silent Dart. Well, I don't really fear the Silent Dart, so that's good. No early plays from him. That's also good. Truffle Snake. So, to start off, I think you get the weird down when you can. Basically, just try to get a weird down. See if they Hunter's Edge it. They could also Silent Dart it. Alright. Well, that's kind of cool, I guess. So, we can Rousing Reed first. I mean, I can also tutelage, but then we're taking quite a bit of damage, and they have a chance to dart. If I Rousing Reed, this is a 4/4, and I don't have to attack. Let's Rousing Reed first, I think. I mean, it's not great because I don't have the tutelage down yet, but... And we'll discard... I could see discarding another weird. Next turn I can go Seer plus Entity too. I like that. So let's go weird, discard, play a land, pass. If they attack both into it, I guess I don't block. Because I don't want this to get pumped and lose my weird. Although maybe their plan is just to dart. I mean, they have on board 2-for-1 themselves to kill it. That does make it a little bit more tricky. Yeah. I think we take it. I don't love taking this, but I have a pretty decent turn coming up here. Alright. So they kept up feet mana. I don't love that either. But we're gonna go for it. I mean, the nice thing is I can still cast the Entity. And the weird still gets pumped. And we killed the thing that matters. So now we can play the Entity. Scry 2. Keeping that thrill. I guess we don't need to land. Staying back. We're definitely blocking now. If this is their best play, we're in such good shape. Oh, that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's tutelage. I think we ditched the crash through, sadly. And then we played a land and the protege. And I'm doing this because I don't want to lose my tutelage. It's our main win con. So basically we want to make sure that Entity... Alright, well, Warden's kind of a big deal. So we can thrill first. Alright, unsubstantiate is actually really good. Can rain too. 19 cards left. So we can do the Heartfire Immolator and pass. And unsubstantiate, we might just do it on the Warden of the Woods. They can draw, but then they're like even closer to dying. Might just take it too. Like, I don't want them to draw the cards until last possible moment. Chorister, I'm not too worried about. Watchdog, sure. Alright, let's unsubstantiate the Warden. And they can draw too. Kind of glad they did. So they have 14 cards left. I can mill them for probably enough. Ditch the Larcenist. I think we just chill, actually. Now we can thrill or shock. Life gain doesn't matter. right. Cool. So, game 1 got the victory. They look like they're... I don't know. They didn't have a quick start on us, but they're sort of an aggressive deck. Not too much. They have the fatties, so that's actually good for us because we have ways to buy time early. And late game, I mean, mid to late game, tutelage should just put them away. So as long as we can stabilize, I feel like we're in pretty good shape. Could do the cancel for the big fat fatties, but the only big fat fatty we saw was like Warden of the Woods. Why don't we just look at their entire deck? It's one of the perks of playing Mill. So Scavenging Ooze is actually good. Mauler, Pteranodon, Pride Malkin. They look pretty quick, actually. Containment Priest, Pack Leader, Truffle Snout, Mauler. They've got some quick cards in there. And Feline Sovereign with the cats. They've got some good stuff going on, actually. And the cats are a big deal against our entire plan. And we don't have great removal for them. So I could see bringing in the Devils. It's kind of good against them because it definitely kills like 2 things in their deck at a time. I could see Devils being good here. And kind of like maybe get off the Larcenist plan. Because we're using Rousing. We don't need to attack with Larcenist, especially on the draw. Does make our deck a little bit more expensive, but can always ditch it to a Thrill if it's not happening. Rookie Mistake I don't love, but it's kind of cool as a means to like I don't know. I guess it's not necessary. Let's bring in the cancel for another Larcenist. I like Larcenist. I don't like running 9 creatures either with 2 Rousing Reeds, but I feel like the Feline Sovereign is actually a pretty big deal against us. Our tutelage plan is not going to work so well if they manage to get through with the cats. And they have quite a few cats from what we saw. Oh, we're on the draw. This might be worth keeping. It is a bit dangerous. We draw any land, we can Thrill. We draw a blue land, we can opt. We're on the draw. I don't really want to mull. We can also shock. I'm going to keep. This is risky, but with 2 card draws, I think it's worth it. Thankfully, it panned out. We're fortunate. I guess I don't really fear Pegasus so much. I can't shock it, I guess, but we'll do the Immolator first. What I like about Immolator is if I draw land, I might be able to kill like a Sovereign that they try to play. Alright. So we got the blue now, which is good. We can do tutelage now. And I can trade with the Charger. We'd have to take 4 next turn. I might have to just be okay with that. So we're ditching... Where are we ditching? Don't want to ditch land. Could ditch the cancel. I don't love that. Devil seems good. Could ditch the opt. It's good with tutelage, but right now we have kind of everything we want. I think I'm ditching opt. So yeah, I think we're taking 4 here. I can live with that. Got another tutelage. Yeah, I think we play it. What is that? Mill 12? Guess we ditch the cancel now. It's not going to happen. And then we pass, and we're going to block the Truffle Snout and shock the Charger. Alright. That does get bigger. So... first things first, it's rain. Make it rain. Guess we can ditch the weird, actually, because we can't play it anyway. Getting close. If they drop the feline dude, it's going to be a little bit rougher, but yeah, we'll take our medicine here. Alright, Tyrannodon, I guess I don't do it too much. We can opt now. Bottom that. So I think we got him. Yeah, and then we'll just thrill. All right, cool. Got round one. We'll see you round two. Round two, we're gonna play first. We're going to keep this. We don't have blue mana, but we've got a shock. We have a weird. If we draw blue, we're in good shape. I think it's worth it. We draw red, at least we can play the weird and maybe find an opportunity to cast shock. So we'll land go. Uh-oh. Are they Omega aggro? Hopefully they just go for like a Furor of the Bit. That would be nice. Alright, I probably have to shock that. No 1-2, but can't fall too behind. Thrill would be a good draw too. Well, I'll take a mountain. Maybe they just take a turn killing it, and we can find a blue mana. Oh, I don't want Gadrick getting bigger. But at least Gadrick's not like directly affecting the board right now. Alright, they're playing random artifacts matter too, which is fine, I guess. Take 5. So I think what I'm going to do next game is drop a Larcenist for another blue mana. I don't want to. I didn't want to. I don't think we should have to, but I just don't want to happen. I don't want what happened in the last game, or this game, to happen in the next game, so I guess we have to block here, because otherwise they'll just get enough artifacts. It doesn't really matter, we're dead anyway, but So we'll do it. I don't want to. I don't think we should have to. I think our curve is low enough to support 16 lands, but I'm going to drop these. I'm going to bring in the Devils again. We're going to bring in another island. I can't. You just can't miss on lands in this format. And even though we did actually have the cantrips are kind of hard to play when you don't have the mana. It was a risky keep anyway. So we'll do the extra land. I'm hope that we have enough card draw where it doesn't matter. And Larcenous Plan doesn't really matter here either anyway, so whatever. We don't need Larcenous to win. Anything else I want to bring in? No, that's fine. And I am going to change the deck between rounds too. So we'll play first. Keep this. It's actually not that great of a hand, but I think it's keep. Alright, Opt is not bad, actually. It can help us find our tutelages. Sure. Yeah, that's a good draw, actually. We can afford to take 2 for now. Alright, let's opt here. Thrill. Yeah, I can keep that. We're going to filter. Probably an unsubstantiate. Dig a little bit deeper. Well, I guess we can leave out the unsubstantiate and the thrill. And that's fine, I think. We have, what, 8 creatures? We don't want to Soul Seer Prismite if possible. Don't really want to do the Gadrak either, but... Well... I mean, I can kill it. I don't really want to take 5 damage for it. I think we actually Rousing Read the Prismite before I Soul Seer it. Immediately get punished for adding that extra land. Taking 5 damage from a Taunter doesn't seem very good either. Oh man. I think the thing that depresses me most about this is this seemed like such a winnable game. I mean, it's not over, but the fact that we haven't seen a tutelage and the first creature we saw in the first half of our deck was a Spellscorcher Weird does not bode well. Like, they're not even doing anything. Alright, let's do the Wall of Runes. We gotta find our tutelage. So now we'll Rousing Reed. I don't even want to play the weird because it just randomly, it's just gonna die to Taunter. There's our tutelage, so that's good. Let's ditch the weird and play the tutelage. We have a lot of milling we have to do. A lot. We're like 9 cards lower than them, which is crazy. I guess I sandbag the land for like protege fodder. If the best thing they do is tap a Wall of Runes to get in for 1, I'm not feeling bad about that either. Yeah, I mean, I guess that still leaves them 3 mana, but... I don't even know how many more card draws we have. Getting the second tutelage is pretty nice, I admit. So we'll play that first. Now Stormwing Entity is cool, but not sure if I even want it. I think we actually ditch the entity. We play land, we play protege. Oh, I didn't need to play the land, did I? No, I did. Because now I want them to use the mana to fight with... I want to have Unsubstantiate up, basically. What card draws do I have left? I have a Reign of Revelation, I think. I don't have any Thrills left. I don't have any Rousing Reeds left. Sanctum number 2 is not great for us. If they fight here, it's actually good. Surprised they weren't doing that earlier, in hindsight. They can't replay it right away. That's good. We've got a little bit of work to do, though. I mean, we are milling 8 a turn, so it doesn't give them a ton of time. Kind of have to kill us right here. Or at least kill our protege. Guess we have a random blocker too in case they randomly jam 3 artifacts somehow. It can stop on our upkeep, but we still just get to use protege. I'd probably concede if I were them. So they're going to let us see their whole deck, which is pretty nice. All right. So let's check out their decks. Like I said, one of the perks of milling, you get to know what your opponent's playing. Wizard, turn to slag. So we don't care too much about removal. We don't really care about Trader's Greed too much. I guess it could get us pretty bad if we had something big. Battle Rattle Shaman, Igneous Cur. They're doing a Sanctum plan, randomly Forgotten Sentinels. Liliana, which I guess is pretty good for going up against a mill plan. We're playing just a bunch of artifacts for Gadrak. I feel good about this match. I do feel good about this match. I still feel good about Pitchburn Devils. I can't believe that we won that game. It just kind of goes to show you that we don't really fear Gadrak, even when you have like a dedicated artifact plan. It just doesn't matter enough against us because you kind of need to just aggro us down or else we probably win. Nine creatures. I don't know what else I can do. Honestly, I don't even like Larcenist in this matchup. I could do like a Kraken instead. I don't want them to steal it, but can also just randomly tap things with card draw, which is nice. Maybe it's good. It's a huge body. I'm going to ditch the Larcenist for a Kraken and see if that works for us. And either way, I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I got to adjust the deck between rounds. This is a good hand. We don't have our tutelage, but the plan is solid. And Arsonist is a savior card. Alright. I mean, technically it puts us on a little bit of a clock here. We're going to do the crash through because I want to find... I don't know why I'm attacking. I mean, the chances of us winning from damage are just so small. Right. I guess the beauty of Arsonist is how good it looks up against a Hobble Fiend. You gonna kill it or what? So, alright. That's pretty sweet, actually. Wow. Okay. Alright. They don't even have the mana to sack? Oh my god, are we punishing them so badly here? So badly. Wow. They're like throwing the game here. Entity too? I say we do it. So we're gonna bounce their Prismite and get the entity out there digging for our tutelage. Maybe we will win through damage, I don't even know. I don't need these. Can still cast my Kraken. They don't even have the sack outlet. One card left in hand? Okay. I think I'm in a rush. I'm just going to play the Immolator. I think we might actually win through damage this game, though. Which is crazy. Yeah, block here. Guess that works. No cards left in hand? Sounds good to me. Sandbagging this for random shenanigans. Looks like they're probably going to die next turn. Even if they have Brash Taunter, I just, you know, tap it. Guess we'll do the Rousing Read on the Pitchburn Devils. Wow. So I guess we can win through damage. Nice. All right, we'll see for round 3. Wait, let's do the switch. Let's do the switch. Larcenists are cute, especially when you have double Rousing Read, but I'm not into it. I've sided out of it both games, and I've been happier seeing stuff that kind of slows their plan down. Like, maybe this is just smarter. And then extra island. I don't know. Rousing Read is cute. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to try this instead. Or not Rousing Read. What's his face? Larcenist is cute, but let's do this. Alright. Alright, round 3. Playing first. Yeah, we'll keep. Find the third land, we can do the weird. We don't find the third land, I guess we thrill. Have an unsubstantiate randomly. I think another reason I don't love the Larcenist in this deck is we kind of don't want to attack. I mean, in that situation, we attack just because, I don't know. To me, it makes sense. If you're going to win with it and you haven't seen your tutelage, then yeah, go ahead and attack. But I don't know. This just makes more sense to me. So, let's see if they just slam dunk kill our weird. Hobble thing. I guess I don't really fear that. I want to draw a land here. Did not get the land. They have shock mana up, so not in a great position to cast Rousing Reed. I think we're going to cast Thrill, though. We'll ditch the Kraken. Yeah, I think they wanted to shock it there. Well, the good news is now we can Thrill again if we need to. Having Unsubstantiate here is nice as well. Crypt Lurker, okay. Are they discarding? Doing nothing. Well, I can Thrill again. Can also Unsubstantiate. I like Unsubstantiate. Pumps are weird. And we can Rousing Reed. That's nice. Ditch the mountain. Play the island. Attack with weird. And I think we'll opt. That's pretty cool. I can cast it next turn though. So kind of okay just shocking the Hollow Fiend. Getting in 8 points of damage. They probably have to just use their turn killing weird, which makes sense. Like Punishing Blow, which is fine. Then we can even Soul Seer plus Entity if we want, or just cast Entity. Probably makes more sense. I don't really fear the Fettered Imp, which is nice. So we'll kill Imp. Get in for 9. Drop the Entity. Do some scrying. I'm glad we got out of that Soul Seer range. I don't know if I need either of these. I mean, Arsonist deals a little bit of damage, but not really what I'm looking for. Not particularly what I'm looking for. All right. Winning games with damage in your 9 creature deck is pretty absurd. Kraken was still, I mean, honestly, Kraken was still fine there. We ditched it. So it still could be something we want later to tap stuff down. I mean, the question is, do I want Larcenist here? And Larcenist is only good with Rousing Reed. Is it going to be good anywhere else? No. It's good if I somehow kill all their creatures with a shock, my Immolator, use Insubstantiates. Like, there are situations where I can see it getting in there. But how did we win that game? We didn't win through, like, attrition. We won by stacking up a Spellgorger Weird past a 5/5, so playing around a Soulseer that we haven't even seen. Because we basically needed, like, 2 attacks to kill them. 3 attacks. I still like Pitchburn Devils in this match. Very good chance it's just going to kill 2 things. Oh yeah, this is a keep. If we get the blue mana, we get the turn 3 entity too, which is really nice. And even just the Arsonist on turn 1 is fantastic. I may thrill turn 2. I think a turn 3 entity is like way good. If they want to kill spell that, like a Scorching Dragonfire, I'm happy. I think we're just gonna thrill, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, another thing I could do is opt and then just hold out till turn 4 and I'm guaranteed the entity from the thrill. But I think I'd rather just find a blue mana and get it right now. So we'll ditch a mountain. Didn't quite get it, but I'd say tutelage on a board like this is gonna be good enough. Alright. Ditch the... What do we ditch? I guess the opt, because now we can crash through entity. Alright. That's weird. Sure. If I draw blue mana, I can unsubstantiate and do entity, which is also good. But we will crash through entity here. Actually missing the land drop, which is a bit of a concern. So, well, let me think about this. Next turn I draw the land. No, next turn we draw tutelage. We tutelage and then we play land and then we play Wall of Ruins. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. So maybe they just use like a Soul Seer, which is also fine. Or a Dragonfire, that's fine too. Kind of eats up their turn a little bit. That's weird. It's an odd choice. I'm not sure why they did that. I like it though. Alright, so we play the tutelage, we draw the blue. We ditch the, I guess, Protege. Don't need that. Soul Seer, Scorching, multiple Soul Seers. Jeez. So they have 20 cards left. This is mill 12, this is mill 8, so we have enough to kill them. Not quite the mana to kill them, but... So I think we actually thrill first, ditching the Rousing Reed, just because we already have the means to kill them. And we just leave up the unsubstantiate and the shock. And I think that's enough to just kill him. All right. So we ended up going 3-0 with Izzet, but Teferi's Tutelage Izzet, to be fair. So not my my least favorite archetype, but a plan that I can get behind. A plan I've won with before, I'm comfortable with. So maybe that's the secret. If I'm gonna play Izzet, it has to be Teferi's Tutelage Izzet, and then I can win. Because the other plan just doesn't work for me. I have just so many problems with the Goblin Wizardry, Spellgorger weird riddle form version of the deck, but maybe someone can give me some pointers. I know that it's like the lay and wait strategy. You're supposed to like not block a lot of the time and find those key opportunities to get like the double prowess in one turn and empty their board. It's a tough plan. My mind doesn't sync with it very well, but got the victory here. 2 Teferi's Tutelage and just a ton of card draw was enough to do it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.